There's a second problem with it too. Because other than violating special relativity by forcing light speed to be c, there's also Snell's law, which states that if light hits a refracting medium such as water at a non-perpendicular angle, it will introduce an additional refraction angle into the system. And so if the light travels vertically, it won't do that. But if the light comes in at an angle, it will do that. And if the telescope is tilted and the light's coming in vertically, when you add water, it would have to change the angle from that reason as well. So the fact that Snell's law being applied in the system actually doesn't create a real physical refraction angle in the water means that the light's already coming in at that angle as well. And the only way it can already be coming in at that angle is if Earth is stationary.
Are you talking about the interface between the lens and the water? Or the interface between the lens and the air?
The lens, when the light enters the water, right? Because you have a stream of light coming, what's assumed to be vertically, right? If it's just starlight streaming towards the telescope. But if Earth's moving, you then have to tilt it. Well, when you tilt it, it's coming in vertically, and it's a non-parallel or non-perpendicular surface now because the telescope's tilted.
But when you tilt it, you've now made it straight in relationship to the light path.
No. It's already straight. The star's at the zenith.
Well, the star is Sigma.
It's a zenith telescope. It's a zenith mount.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't straight up. It was at an angle, right? But it was. I forgot the name of the star. Well,
it wasn't. A zenith mount telescope. They use 2 spirit levels to level it off to make sure it's at zenith, pointing to the true position of the star, as according to the almanac, and then they look in it, and then based on optics, they see what the arc-second correction is needed to center it, and then it becomes tilted.
Okay.
But then when they add the water, since it's tilted, now there should be refraction introduced from Snell's law as well. So there's actually 2 sources of additional angle correction that should be input, but none was needed.
Did you calculate the predicted change in angle?
Yeah, they said they believed it would be close to 30. I mean, if you just take the 20.2 or whatever it is and do 4/3, because the speed of light in water is 3/4 that of c, then that means the angle change would be 4/3 of the standard angle. So since the standard angle is just over 20 arc seconds, it bumps it up to like 28 roughly, 27, 28, close to 30. But it didn't change. So in order to analyze it, you can if you make the Earth stationary, right, and you add velocity to the water to change it to catch up to that extra angle, you'd still need a correction angle. The only way that you can make it work is if you treat the system in which you're measuring it in as stationary, and you treat the light as already coming in at that angle. So you have to use a geocentric coordinate system in order to make the physical observation as was made work.
All right, well, sorry, I was handed an orange cat. Thank you.
That's what that noise was.
Yes, that was that cat named Turtle. He was cranky because the dog is in here, and now the dog's trapped in here. Anyway, the water is moving, and the key part of it is that the water is moving along with it. But anyway, if you want, I can send you some additional resources, or we can set up a time to have a conversation.
Yeah, please send the papers. Because you can't.
Like I said, I don't have them handy. So I don't have them even in my notes.
If you say the water's moving with it, though, you can't analyze the Earth as stationary for the transformation with respect to fixed stars and have an Earth that's not fixed. You're making both velocities. You're putting both velocities under transformation, and that violates Lorentz symmetry, even under a relativistic paradigm.
All right, so what is your position? Are you a geocentric glober?
Concave Earth doesn't have this problem.
Yeah, so Airy's failure proves geocentrism. It has nothing to do with shape.
But you didn't answer the question. Are you a geocentric glober?
I'm here to discuss shape. I'm here to discuss motion.
Okay.
Right. So I'm a Bible believer.
I'm here to discuss shape.
But you can't have heliocentrism either. So
Robert Sungenis aggressively disagrees with you.
Well, I think that the Bible is always historically taught geocentrism. It always was taught geocentrism. People didn't stop believing in it until the modern era. Even the church opposed it when it first came out as a heresy, and they were right because the Bible clearly teaches it. They had to adopt modern post hoc explanations and eisegesis of the text in order to insert heliocentrism upon it. But it clearly teaches geocentrism, and that's what the experiments show as well. The first historical famous one being Aries failure.
Unfortunately, the movement of the Earth is
I'd appreciate the papers.
Yeah. Now, Bob,
unfortunately, as Mike said, the motion of the Earth has already been established by other means.
Yeah, previously.
By what experiments?
It's not subject to. That's not the subject of the experiment.
Yeah, I can list them though. James Bradley in 1727. Aberration, which of course is this topic, right? So then you asked me. All right, I won't list them if you don't want me to.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Of course, parallax from Bessel in 1836, I think. You've got Vogel and Schneier.
That's not mutually exclusive. It works equivalently in a geocentric paradigm. Parallax.
How about you let him finish?
Okay, so obviously he doesn't want me to. He doesn't want me to finish. Thank you. We'll talk to you later, but not now, since I don't get to finish.
All right. God bless you, man.
Don't want to hear it.
I don't care.
Don't care. When you talk like that, I don't want to hear about your God. I'm not impressed with your God. Bye.
Right. Why would you use a paper from 19 whatever? Why would you not use modern day?
Have a good one, man.
Parallax figures.
Yahweh bless you.
Bye.
It's not even. It's 1871. This is a well-known and well-explained phenomenon.
Right, John. Can you do drunken Icelandic men, McToon?
And I do what?
I've got one for you.
Oh my goodness, this sounds like a treat. Well, I got a couple super chats to catch up on if I could first. Please let me
get behind.
Rick 2-Bit says could have made a baby since I joined. Mr. Toffee says Fight Night Antarctica. Cygnus Step is a new member at Einstein. Ginger Sasquatch says cheers from Gem Server. Cheers, Ginger. Phuket Words Brother says, in the same way that I get on well with my brother when he comes back to the UK, I see no reason why you shouldn't be able to get on well with Whitsit. As long as you don't mention the flat earth, everything should be just fine. Yeah, absolutely. So, when I meet him, it will be all smiles. And I don't intend to have anything that I introduce. And if he's the same, then we will have a treat of a time. Monkey Cat Pat Pat says waterproof phone case and Bluetooth speakers exist. Talking about his shower. I've listened many times while showering. Have fun in Antarctica tune. I love that technology has enabled Monkey Cat Pat Pat to listen in the shower. Lord Illuminus Boost's tune believes in the Illuminati, and you do too. Of course you do. Rocket Scientist says to all flurfs, how does it feel knowing your greatest accomplishment in life will be donating your organs? Oh my gosh.
He's mean. He's Rocket.
It's funny because it's funny because it's true. Larry Scott says the final experiment will at minimum remove one more beam of the Flat Earth House of Cards, or one more pick from a Flat Earth Jenga Tower. One more piece from the Flat Earth Jenga Tower. Thank you very much, Larry Scott, who's in here. You've been listening to his voice. Say hi, Larry Scott.
Hey there, Mike.
How you doing? Good to have you here. And on Discord, you go by
Shoebill.
Shoebill. Yep. He's a cobbler. If you need to get your shoe fixed, you'll get a Shoebill. Greg Ware, last one here, says this great Flat Earth Tail Tuck is only days away. MC2. It is. All right. Caught up there.
Oh, cool. Johnny B, are you alive?
Johnny B.
Oh, this is going to be great.
All right. Well, maybe he's not.
Captain Jazz Planet? Jazz Pianist. I know him.
Jazz Planet. Captain Jazz Planet.
I've seen him around. Oh man, yes, Johnny, please be up here. Nothing.
My mum bakes cakes. Had a question, I believe.
Okay.
We see you're unmuted, but we aren't hearing anything. My mum bakes cakes.
Having some boomer issues here.
Do a quick mic
My-
check. Yeah, all good. Hey, people.
Rocket scientist.
Okay, did anyone else have a question? Make it a bit of a free-for-all while they sort themselves out.
Rocket, you're hot micing a bit. Just
Oh, look, Brian Mabbitt's here. Brian! But Brian's at work. But he might be able to sneak in.
Do you think the whole group will be able to be shoulder to shoulder for a class photo?
I don't know. The documentary guy might request that we pose for something like that, right? Wouldn't it, I suppose you can envision, like, all right, everybody stand there and point at the sun, right? Some sort of a
nothing
I don't know.
antagonistic.
No.
Something much more neutral. Are you all staying at the same hotel in Punta Arenas?
We are.
So yeah, just some in the bar, something neutral where it has nothing really to do with the observation. It's just here's the 9 people that have mobilized for this, shoulder to shoulder. Everybody give a wave, take a picture. With landscape in the background.
That'd be quite cool. I agree. That's a good idea.
2 o'clock.
If you don't speak to these guys, man, something's going. I mean, you got to go up and have a conversation with these folks.
I intend to just be all smiles and have a normal conversation. That's my intent. And if I get resistance, then I get resistance.
Well, yeah, you got to figure
be some debate, right?
But you got to figure if there's some hostile, loud argument, they got to remember it's being recorded, and who's going to look like the idiot?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and Jaren's got a body cam too, so I mean, there's no shortage of video should people be doing those kinds of things.
In my experience, when you meet flat earthers in real life, it tends to be more normal than the internet interactions,
Oh yeah.
I know I'm known for going and telling them off, but normally, that was about my second or third time meeting them. On previous occasions, I've been kinder to them.
Yeah,
and I think it's quite hard to really lose it with them. Even for someone like me.
George Notcher.
I went to the convention in 2019 and had good conversations with a whole bunch of people there. Even Nathan Thompson, we had some chats.
Isn't that the one you got thrown out of, though?
We got kicked out of the lobby. We were doing nothing, but there was that guy from Jimmy Kimmel that had been there, and he had just left as I came. Right. Like, I saw him leave as I walked in. So
it's not surprising flat earthers are sort of worried about people being there filming this thing, is it? Because every time there are serious people involved in filming them doing stuff, they approach it with the idea that we're just doing, it's all balanced and we're just trying to show honestly what's happening, and then of course they get stitched up every time. I
have to excuse myself for a minute. My wife just poked her head in. I'm going to say hi to her. So you guys discuss amongst yourself for a minute, if you would.
Sure.
Yeah,